Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back on GT Sport, this time out for the very first race of the 2020 Nations Cup. Yes, the Nations Cup. I haven't done any of the pre-season stuff for this series, however, I have decided, I will try and do it where I can here on Gran Turismo Sport for the 2020 season. There will be footage as well coming from the Manufacturer Series in the very near future, obviously if that is something you guys are interested in seeing as well. Do get yourselves subscribed. We are incredibly close to 300 subscribers at the time of recording this. So yeah, hopefully you guys do go on to enjoy this video. But yeah, the first race then of the 2020 Nations Cup is in go-karts at Maggiore Short. It's going to be an interesting one. There's not many, sort of low-speed places around this circuit. Obviously, you've got the big braking zone in towards turn 1. It's probably going to be very much a slipstream fest over the course of this evening. But we start P10 for this one. Hopefully we can have a good race ahead of us, kick off our 2020 Nations Cup as best as possible. I mean, it's like 40 rounds this series, so we'll wait and see as to how far into this we get. But certainly, like I said, the Manufacturer Series is still our priority at the end of the day. But anyway, it's 5 lights and it's lights set, and away we go then, getting off to a fairly decent getaway here in the shifter car. Actually back in the cockpit cam this time out. You can't have a camera angle, just behind your head or whatever. So this was actually my personal preference this week out. But anyway, heading down in towards turn 1, you can see close into the back of the guy just in front of us here. This kart is obviously so momentum based at the end of the day. Gran Turismo's driving style anyway requires you to drive, like you're driving a go-kart in pretty much anything. So for it to, to try and race the go-kart as well is certainly going to be interesting there, as that guy tried to turn in on me. Luckily, we both might get away with it pretty much unscathed as we head towards the end of lap 1 though. Yeah, you've got to be in the slipstream of the cars in front, so that's going to be quite critical as well at the end of the day as we come through the final couple of corners of lap 1, getting all kinds of loose at the final turn there, riding the curbs quite a lot, almost put the guy on the outside there into the wall there, as he's now trying to crash into me on the run down towards turn 1 and takes us both out. We get a 1.5 second penalty for a barrier collision, and I've got no idea what his problem was. I mean, yeah, we got a little bit loose trying to rejoin the circuit, but there was no need to try and take us both out of the race. So I was honestly expecting him to come down in towards turn 1 there. I thought that was him. Luckily it wasn't this time round. But yeah, we got a 1.5 second penalty. He got absolutely nothing for trying to take me out, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, he's now coming towards the outside of us as we head down the hill. Another piece of contact between the pair of us. We might try and squeeze him over the curbs just a bit if it comes to it there. He slots in just in front of us though this time round, and yeah, hopefully we can try and get past him as quickly as possible, as this is definitely someone I do not want to be battling. We're going to go full send. We tried to go full send up the inside in towards the hairpin there, but not able to make it quite work this time round. Is out of the final corner then, ducking back into the slipstream here. Is he going to try something again? We'll have to wait and see as we head down towards someone there. Both of us ducking into the slipstream of the German there in towards the first corner, and yeah, we're going to have to look up the inside in towards turn 1. The German though, actually a bit of contact between the pair of them there. We do get a better run at turn 1, but unfortunately goes straight into the back of him, so it's not going too well at the moment there. The Austrian luckily picks up, I think, yeah, that is Austria. He picks himself up a 1 second time penalty as well there as we head down the hill, so hopefully we can try and escape from him over these next couple of laps there, but still all over the back of the German as we head in towards the final couple of corners there. The Austrian actually splits between us and makes that move work there, so he might be quite dirty, but he clearly knows how to make an overtake work as well, as we're still just getting caught behind the German out of the final corner there. We get a much better run out of the final turn. We're going to try and duck around the outside of him there, get into the slipstream of the Austrian as we head down towards turn 1 there, and that's actually worked out quite nicely for us. We now move ourselves back up into P15 of the race there. So again, not a particularly good start. However, you can see the bottom 4 on the minimap are quite spaced out, so hopefully, as long as we don't fall back to those guys, we can try and do all right there. The Austrian takes his pen. He's going to drop back behind us there, so we're now back up into P14 here, and all over the back now of the Irishman as we head down the hill. Purple first sector there. You can see the top 4 have already started to make a bit of a breakaway here as we head towards the end of lap 4 here. Almost a quarter of the way through this race already. This was actually a very short race to kick off the series here at Maggiore. As we head out of the final couple of corners though to finish off lap 4, you can see we're trying to get past this guy as best as possible. The slipstream trains are going to be so critical around here. To the outside we go nothing really he's going to be able to do in terms of defence there. And yeah, we do get around the outside. Both of us now basically on the limiter as we head back down towards turn 1. He's going to slot the car back up the inside. Can we get on the power just that little bit earlier? It looks like we have this time around. We're going to get a slightly better run down the hill once again. Hopefully we can slot in just ahead of him. Yes, we were. And now we move up into P13. Next up would be the Italian here. One of his home races, I'm sure, in this series. I know we're most likely going to be heading back to this track again in this championship. But yeah, up the inside of the Italian there, now up into P12 of the race. And I was just trying to make as best progress as possible over these next couple of laps here, just trying to get past everyone as quickly as possible as we head back down towards turn 1, all over the back of yet another Italian, actually. He takes a lot of curb up through turn 1, can potentially get a better run, obviously ducking back now into the slipstream as we head down the hill. And it looks like actually from 5th downwards, I think it is, have all really bunched up there. The Italian tries to turn in this despite it being on the inside. Luckily, once again, we both seem to come out of that one unscathed. But yeah, there is a huge gaggle of cars there. A couple have been spat out as we head down towards the end of the lap there. So we're going to move ourselves now up into P9. So halfway through this race already, and we're finally now starting to make progress on our starting position here as we head out of the final couple of corners there. Hopefully we can try and get into this battle with these guys just up the road here, because there is potentially quite a few points on offer there. Up now into P7 as another couple of drivers have made mistakes here. So we're making progress at the moment in this group of cars without really having to do anything, which is, in my opinion, the best way to make progress, and we'll certainly take it here today. Is headed down in towards the first couple of corners here, towards the end now, actually, of that lap. We got yellow flags out. Not too sure what's happened there. You see P4 now has actually run into some issues here. As out of the final corner we go. We're going to move ourselves up into P6. The guy on our outside there tries to give us a bit of a squeeze as he ducks into the toe on the run down towards turn 1 there. But yeah, the Polish guy, though, had clearly had a bit of an issue. I'm guessing he hit the outside wall in the final corner there, as we've now got this Frenchman still all over the back of us out of the final corner. The Pole is going to have to take his penalty, and yeah, we're now up into P5 of the race, and we'll be trying to close up actually now to this Spaniard as the Frenchman slots it back up the inside there. We got just over a 1 second margin to the guys behind. We pick up a 1 second penalty though. For what? He'd snuck up the inside. There was nothing that cost either of us any time. Thank God GT Sport are updating their penalty system, because that is ridiculous. Got no idea what that's all about as we head down towards turn 1. We think about going for a full send, but think better of it there. I mean, there was no malicious intent by him that we got screwed out of, so we're not going to try and slow him down as best as possible there. So we are going to take our pen. We're going to get swamped by a couple more cars, I think, in this race there. Is down the hill once again. You can see the Pole gets back up the inside as well as the Italian, as well as, actually I think that's a Czech guy, as well as we head down in towards the end of lap 14 here. A very fast-paced race at the end of the day. Try to look back around the outside of the Czech driver. Are we going to be able to make that work? I don't think we are. Through the final corner. Try and get a bit of a switchback move there. Everyone's going to the inside there. Someone hits the outside wall, and that's going to be them off to the Shadow Realm as we head on to lap 16 now. Another 1 second penalty for a collision that I don't know quite what happened. Luckily, we're not going to have to serve it this time round. But you can see there's a gaggle of cars. We've got 4 just in front of us, 2 right behind us. This could go very badly, very quickly, and I'm hoping it's just not us that gets screwed. Someone gets a sim twitch and barely misses us just behind there. A bit of contact between myself and the Czech guy once again as we head down in towards the final couple of corners. There's dive bombs coming out absolutely everywhere. People are just getting very aggressive with each other. As at the final corner, we tried to ride the curbs as best as possible. Once again, there's someone on the outside as we head down towards turn 1. That's a Belgium. But obviously, we're still going to have to take this penalty. There's even more penalties coming up. An Austrian picks up a 4 second time pen as well there. So it's all kicking off at the moment. We almost completely delete ourselves through turn 1. We get a better run on the exit to obviously help with that penalty. And yeah, we're now holding on. We're still in 10th. We should move ourselves back up into 9th. Past this Austrian momentarily until someone goes around our right side. And it's just action non-stop at the moment here as we're still all over the back of the Italian as we head in towards the final couple of corners of lap 17. 3 laps to go in this race at the moment. We think about trying to go for a full send, but we think better of it this time around. They're just about cut in front of the Austrian there through the final corner. There's going to be contact with the Italian. We get put into the wall. That's a 1.5 second penalty. That's us doing pirouettes. Us with damage, and that is basically our race over and done there. I said it was getting very, very feisty. It was looking like it was going to go very, very badly. And yeah, down into P12. We make another mistake a couple of laps later. They just get a bit too early on the power, which is going to cost us yet another couple of places out of the final quarter. They're trying to get the power down as we head over a bump at the final turn. We're now back down into P14. Onto the final lap, though, we would, try and attack the Spaniard once again. They go full send up the inside. He get the switchback move, though, through the final couple of corners. At the final turn, though, he does make a bit of a mistake there, so it's going to be a drag race to the line here. Who is going to come out on top in this situation? It's so, so close down towards the finish line, but he only just gets us there by 6 thousandths of a second there. 4 thousandths separated the race victory, though. That was quite crazy at the end of the day there. But yeah, it was looking so good right until the very end, and then it all went pear-shaped, though. But that was a very good fun race nonetheless, though. If you guys did enjoy, do get yourself subscribed for more Gran Turismo Sport content. But yeah, that'll do us for this one, though, guys, and hopefully I will see you guys for round 2.